Welcome back. You might see the excitement on my face. Why? Because I absolutely love the developments being made in women's rugby. Rugby history, in fact, was made on Saturday when the 2021 Women's Rugby Premier Division kicked off with the first 3 pool matches being streamed live and televised for the very first time. No pressure. So despite suffering a 38-6 loss to their Cape Town rivals Western Province, the Boland Dames, they remained positive about turning the season around at this early stage and ultimately just savouring every moment of being on field. And this morning we are joined by Boland Dames team members. We've got Tracey-Lee De Wet, Eloise Webb, Aseza Hele, along with team manager Michelle Bosch. And ladies, what a pleasure to have you here. I want to say welcome to TV, but you've been on TV. No pressure, playing in front of millions of people. That is awesome. It's such a shot in the arm for women's rugby, and I know how much effort that has to go into this because you're not fully professional. You've still got to maintain life outside of this. But maybe, Tracey-Lee, I can start with you. What was that feeling like, knowing that you were going to be playing in front of television audience and being back in the fold? What was that day like, despite the loss, which commiserations for that?
I don't think you can explain the feeling. I mean, yes, we lost, but it was a big win for women's rugby in South Africa.
For sure.
And it's really it was an emotional day for all of us. I've been in the system for 13 years this year, and it never happened before. So going into the game, we are playing against it's a derby, and we just wanted to put everything in there, and on top of that, we got a giant leap for women's rugby.
No, kudos for that. And like you say, it's a coming of age, and with TV coverage comes better sponsorship, becomes structures, systems that support. Eloise, first of all, sorry, man. When you say gave it your all, you clearly gave it your all. What happened? How are you doing, injury-wise?
I'm doing good. I'll be out for a little bit, but that's fine. That's part of the game, I suppose. Yeah, we can't run away from that, so yeah.
Well, you can try to run away, but then they obviously caught you, and then it was...
Obviously, I'm not quick enough, eh?
Short bursts. How do you find that balance? Because you've got to manage your normal life outside of rugby, and yet you've still got to give it your all. How do you find the balance?
100%. Rugby is part of our lives. We do it because we love it so much. So everything we do it for rugby, actually. So we want to grow the game as much as possible. And like you said, Saturday was a huge improvement for women's rugby. How privileged were we to be on TV for the first time in interprovincial rugby for women? So I think in our daily lives, we still go on with life as women do, but rugby is a big part of it. So everything we do it for rugby as well.
To get there, to get to practice, to possibly make it into the Springbok team. Aseza, you get to play rugby on different levels. Obviously, the provincial game is incredibly difficult and competitive. How cool would it be for you to play at a Rugby World Cup? What are the dreams? What are your aspirations for your women's rugby career?
I think, yeah, you said it. It's a different version. In international, it's a bit tough,
Hardcore.
A lot of tough, yeah. But yeah, I could say it's going to be a big experience for us to be there and like gain a lot of experience because we've never been to World Cup, some of us. It's going to be my first time as well. So yeah, it's a bit shocking, exciting as well, but scared at the same time, nervous, everything, it's mixed emotions. So yeah, but I think we will have a great time and great experience.
And you will grow. You're never going to know until you know. And
yes.
That's the thing. You need to face the best in the world. And there are support structures with global teams that far exceed ours, which makes what you guys are doing so important. Michelle, it applies to provincial level as well. You're not going to know where you need to go until you've actually been out there and you've tested yourself against your old foes, Western Province. I'm sure some major lessons learned. I think it's next the Sharks and then the Bulls. I mean, it's a derby game in almost every encounter here. What do you need to do this season? What are your focus areas for this team?
With the coaches, unfortunately, due to COVID,
It's tough.
and yeah, 2 of our players had to sit out. They were 2 key players. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We learned something out of the game. We took something home with us. But that's not going to deter any of these ladies. This is a family. Boland is not just a rugby team. They are, each and every person in this game has brought something to the field. So yeah, we'll stay focused. Obviously, this is a question more for the coach. But yeah, these girls know exactly what they must do, and it's their time to shine. We, in the background, we try and get them where they need to be, but now it's up to them. So we're holding thumbs, but I'm positive. I'm positive for a good season for us.
It's your time to shine in front of millions of people on live
Yeah.
TV. Let it sink in. I absolutely love it. I know how hard you guys have worked to get to this point. So congratulations on this advent within women's rugby. On your personal career journeys, all the best of luck. Stay safe. Stay uninjured if you can. Just stay on the field at some point. But I have no doubt we'll be connecting again many times over the course of this next season and chatting pre-World Cup about
yes,
those
of
sorts of
course.
developments. But I think an unbelievable opportunity for women's rugby to shine now when there is such a huge focus on South African rugby. We need that legacy to tip over into the women's games. So as you can see, from young girls upwards, it is changing lives. So we need to welcome more people into the family.